All right, let's get into it, man. Let's run it back from the top. Salute, salute. Salute to NBA Nation and Knicks Nation, man. This is another KFTV NBA Report simulcast. CP the Fanchise, my guy, 1-2 combo in the building, Andrew Salop. On today's show, we are going to react to the NBA Cup quarterfinal matchups, man. The Knicks and the Magic moving on and on a collision course for game number 4 against each other, but this time with NBA Cup implications. Plus, we will preview the Western Conference quarterfinal matchups between the OKC Thunder and the Phoenix Suns, as well as the San Antonio Spurs and the Los Angeles Lakers. Lock in, hit the like button, hit the share button, and subscribe to the channel. Salute to everybody in the chat once again. Lock in, man. Salute, salute. All right, man. What's good, my guy? How you feeling, bro?
All is well, man. Yeah. Big win for the Knicks last night, bro. Big win.
Are you hyped for the Cup? Or where are you at on the Cup with like everybody else, man?
Oh, I love the Cup. It's Euro soccer vibes. It gives you that playoff feel during the regular season. I love the courts. I know a lot of people hate on the courts. I love everything about it. And you know I love Vegas, CP. You know I love Vegas. So, yeah, I think it's awesome. How do you feel about it?
I like it. I've been into it since it started just to see how it was going to go. Now, as is usually the case in anything that you start off like a new thing, it's going to take some time for people to get accustomed to. At first, I thought it was a terrible idea because I didn't think it could directly really emulate what European soccer and those leagues can do because of the vast amount of teams and the different leagues that are involved. With the NBA, it's just one league and you're having interleague matchups, the same thing that you do on a regular night. But I think they've done a good job over these last 3 years in kind of distinguishing it from the regular season, even though you can't completely separate the two. I think they've done a good job, as you said, with the courts. The games have been a bit more competitive. Looking at last night's 2 games, it almost felt like a playoff vibe in the way that they were both played and the way that it was almost also officiated. I thought the referees were letting these teams kind of play and be physical, and both teams really went out there looking like they had something to play for. So I think so far it's off to a good start. And now when you look at it, you have the prospect of both of your big market teams being in Vegas, which is great for the league. The Knicks already stamped their ticket. The Lakers have a good chance of doing it. The Lakers obviously winning the inaugural Cup, which was good for the league. But, to have those 2 teams in it, and you've got some budding storylines going into that, should the Lakers and the Thunder get there, because Knicks versus Magic is turning into a playoff series on its own. This is game 4 between those 2 teams. The previous 3 have been physical. The Magic have dominated the first 2. The Knicks got the win last Sunday, the third one. And then both teams are missing guys. You saw Franz go down in that game. The Knicks also lost Deuce McBride in that game. Desmond Bane throwing the ball at OG Anunoby. So
playing dodgeball out
there. So I think that game certainly has some juice. And then if you get OKC, you get Lakers in there, then you have the champs versus LeBron. You could obviously make a multitude of stories out of that. Luka Doncic as well. To me, that this is the best in terms of storylines. This is the best year so far for the league in the early stages of the Cup.
I'm with you, and I think it's an amazing tournament for those guys who are the 10th man, the 11th man, the 12th man. I mean, $500K is always a lot of money, but it's even more money when you're one of those guys. And I think sometimes those starting players, those star players, those max players are playing for those guys because they know what that means for them.
Yeah, no question about it, man. Knicks getting the win yesterday over the Raptors, 117-101. You were watching it with our guy Dexter Henry. What were some of your takeaways from that one?
I mean, obviously, Brunson was amazing in that first quarter. Brandon Ingram was too. Then Toronto couldn't score in the second quarter, and it was over. But Josh Hart was their second best player. And, I mean, he's really been on a heater. I always call him this team's Draymond, if you will. And then the way he's shooting the basketball is amazing. I just want to see if that's sustainable, because that's going to be so important when you have all these challenges with lineups, especially with Mitch, who's not a spacer. You need Josh to be able to knock down that three, and he has been. He's been pushing pace. He's been playing a lot better with that mangled finger. That was a big concern. So to see him play like this is big for the Knicks.
8 games for Josh Hart in the Knicks starting lineup. Since he's been put in the starting lineup, he's averaging 17 points per game, bro, on 45% shooting from 3 on 5 attempts. I mean, it's a healthy dosage of shots, no question about it. He's shooting the ball with extreme confidence right now. And then everything else about his game is what makes the Knicks go. It's his playmaking ability, his rebounding ability, his toughness. He still embodies that New York grit, that glue guy grit that every team needs. He still has that on this team where, look, they're a bit more finesse, right? Like, they don't have those dirty work lunch pail guys for the most part. So, Hart gives them those intangibles. But then, as I said, those 8 games he's been in the lineup, 17.6 points per game, 9.3 boards, 5 assists, 56% shooting from the field, 45 from 3, and 2 steals. What more can you ask for from a guy like that in your lineup?
Do you think he could keep it up? Is that something the Knicks can rely on? Because we even seen back in Portland, he was shooting the ball great, then he doesn't shoot it well. Then he shoots it well, then he doesn't shoot it well. And just knowing what I know about shooting, like the energy transfer is kind of funky. It's like a weird looking shot. Is that a concern for you at all? Do you think he could keep this up?
Clearly, that those numbers, high above 45, you got to expect some sort of regression to the mean. His confidence... He has a history of where his confidence does wane throughout the regular season, where sometimes he becomes gun shy. But one thing that's different this year is that the way that the Knicks move the ball with their intention in terms of how they run their offense, it gets that energy around that you're talking about. So that it's less isolation on purpose. Yeah. Right? Whereas, okay, if we got to go to Brunson in isolation when the shot clock is draining, we're going to go to our guy. But the core concepts of that offense to spread the ball around, that benefits Josh Hart, especially when it's in the half court. So he's going to have the ball in his hands, and he's going to have to do something with it, whether it's make a play or shoot the ball. So I think just the sheer getting those additional touches will, keep him in a rhythm offensively. Now, some nights, obviously, you're not going to be hot every night, but at least... 100%. He'll be in the flow of offense if this Knicks offense can perform to its potential on any given night.
Now, while that might regress to the mean, I think the Knicks need Cat to shoot it a little bit better to even that out over the course of time.
I agree, and that's one of my keys for this matchup against the Orlando Magic is, Karl-Anthony Towns. He missed the game in which the Knicks won, and you heard some of the chatter like, all right, were they better off without Towns, especially on the defensive side, because the defense was a lot better. But I do think offensively he's going to be important in this game, whereas in the history of this series, the three games, Jalen's going to get his offense, no problem, no doubt about it. Like he's going to get his 25 or northwards. I liked him and that Suggs matchup because they get to it, and Jalen has his advantages in that matchup. But should Orlando be able to slow him down, should it be an off shooting night, this is where Towns is going to have to emerge, because one thing that's been a constant in this series is that Orlando's been holding the Knicks to underneath their three-point attempts and average. Knicks are only averaging 32% from downtown from Orlando because Orlando forces a lot of tough shots with the size and the wingspan that they have, and they close out on the three-point line. So they force you to take a lot of tough shots. So if Cap is misfiring, it's going to put a lot of downstream pressure on the rest of their guys, and look no further than Karl-Anthony Towns.
Now, as a Knicks fan, are you more fearful with the Magic led by Paulo or the Magic led by Franz? Because I always talked about how they have two Batmans. I kind of like Franz better than Paulo. What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, it's Desmond Bane, right? It's Desmond Bane. There are 37 points against the Heat. And because Bane is a guy who, that's where I'm most worried about with this team. Is at the
he could break the game wide open, right?
And he's such a rhythm and volume, scorer, that when he gets it going and he gets heated up, like literally like NBA Jam style, it's tough. It can be very tough. At least with Paolo, I know that with the OG factor and even in the McCall factor, the Knicks have enough from their wings to slow him down. And I don't think he has that killer instinct yet to really dominate those guys. But with Bane, he can really win those matchups on the perimeter, because that would involve Orlando running, maybe it's Jalen Brunson through screens, or getting him out there on switches, or even running McCall through screens, running Jordan Clarkson through screens. Like those areas, especially without Miles McBride, leave the Knicks a little bit vulnerable. where Bane running and getting those shots, that can be dangerous for the Knicks in this game. So it's actually more so Bane that I'm concerned with than Paolo Banchero.
Who do you think's better between those two, though, Paolo and Franz? I like Franz better.
I mean, this year, Franz was giving the Knicks a business, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Franz been giving the Knicks a business. I don't know with Paolo if is it an injury thing? Is it a mindset thing? I just
he got work to do.
He's got work to do
in terms of playing team play basketball. He obviously has all the tools, just playing the right way. You know.
I just don't feel like they've really felt his impact. You don't really feel his impact on even that Heat game I was watching last night, Magic versus Heat. You didn't really feel him in that game. Where Bane, it's like, oh my God, they open up the fourth quarter, 9 straight points with Desmond Bane. That was a turning point of the game. That was it took a 6-point Orlando lead to a 13-point Orlando lead. So like those type of ways that where a guy like that can impact the game. He's the emotional leader of the Magic. Those are things that I'm more so concerned with where Desmond Bane is concerned. And then, going back to Cat, like he's gonna draw Wendell Carter. Got Bictaze, Jonathan Isaac. So how he handles those matchups, is he going to let it fly from 3 a little bit more against the Magic? He only had 2 3-point attempts against the Raptors, and give him credit, he got busy inside. So I want to see how he plans to attack the Magic on Saturday night. Will he force the bigs to step out a little bit, open the paint up? Do the Knicks adjust by running some more offense through Towns in that pinch post area? When you draw the bigs away from the basket, that allows your cutters, your Harts, your Bridges, your Ananobis to cut to the basket. Also, I'm going to see how they stagger Brunson and Towns to see who on that second unit Towns is going to be running with, so he can have some advantages there. He's going to be important, but it starts with him and his discipline. He's got to be able to cut down on the silly fouls and be able to stay out there on the court so that he can be impactful for the team.
Yeah, I mean, I think we would both agree that the offense will probably be okay. I just remember last game, Anthony Black getting a whole bunch of wide open threes. I don't know if that was the game plan or, they were betting on that or the defense just wasn't good.
That's another key. That's another one of my keys to this game is going to be part of the battle of the benches, and Anthony Black is part of that.
Yeah,
in the 3 games against the Knicks, he's averaging 14 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. I think he's about 36% from 3. So he's been dangerous. This is off the bench. So he's been dangerous for the Magic, and especially when they're one man down with Franz, he uses that big frame. And the guys that have drawn that assignment on the Knicks on Anthony Black have been Brunson and Clarkson. 2 guys
it felt like nobody was guarding him when I was watching. Yeah.
Right. So you have no McBride. You have an Anthony Black who can shoot right over these guys and can move more agile than these guys can keep up, especially on the defensive side. He can break loose. So they've got to be able to keep him under contain. And so that's another key for me is going to be that battle of the bench. Without Deuce McBride, Clarkson, he dropped 12 points against the Raptors. I thought Clarkson had a better game, especially as the game wore on again in their win against the Raptors. But how he defends Black and can he help the Knicks scoring wise in the event, like I said, those numbers may come down. They only scored 106 points against the Magic in that Sunday win. It was a very defensive oriented game. So for Clarkson, he's going to have to get some shots up and also hold it down, get some timely stops on a guy like an Anthony Black.
Do you think Jordan Clarkson could really emerge at some point? Because I always looked at him as an X factor for this team. They needed that scoring off the bench when the season started. Do you think it's just a slow start for him, or do you think this is who he is?
It's hard to tell, man, at 33 years old. Clarkson he's an erratic player. He's another guy. He can get into a hot streak and then go into a cold streak. But he coming into this week. He was ice cold last week. But I thought his overall floor game against the Raptors was good. It was really more inside. He didn't settle. When he settles for like those high volume chucks, it's not a good night for him. But for him to attack the basket is really where he needs to operate, because number one, it's going to allow him to get into a rhythm where then he can get those 3-point shots in rhythm as well. But also the Knicks just need that, especially against a team like Orlando. You've got to get those paint touches, those driving sprays that Mike Brown wants, so that hopefully it'll allow you to generate some easy looks, some corner threes where Orlando is susceptible. But, he's a guy that can put that pressure on the rim. He does do that well, and he's been scoring at the rim fairly well. So I think that's where he should be operating right now, getting to the free throw line make your free throws because he's been bricking them. But then, go inside out and he'll get back into a rhythm for sure. He'll definitely get back into a rhythm.
The corner threes have been important. It's kind of crazy that Mikal is shooting better from three than Brunson and Cat right now, right?
Yeah. And, Mikal's a guy, like, he just gets into his offense effortlessly. And he's a guy, he's just a low usage, low demand, but high efficiency guy. That's who he's been all year. And they're going to need that again from him on Saturday against the Magic because, as I said, it's going to start with guarding Bane and guarding Paolo. And really clogging things up for both of these guys, clogging up their passing lanes. You're going to have to help a little bit. You help off of Wendell Carter. Take a chance. Yes, he can shoot that three-pointer. He can hurt you, but you're going to have to give something up there because on some ends, they may have De Silva out there. They may have Suggs. They may have Bane, guys who can get you some three-point looks. So they're going to have to take a chance.
Most definitely. Yeah. I mean, these are two of the teams that could win the East, so it should be interesting for sure.
Yeah. And one thing about Orlando that is much improved from last year that doesn't get talked about enough, where it makes them a tough team. They don't turn the ball over all that much.
Right. And they play defense.
And they play gritty defense.
Yeah.
And they played gritty defense. So, in those situations where you're going to have limited opportunities to really catch them in a disadvantaged situation, you got it for number one, you're going to have to hit those tough shots. But number two, my other key for this one is the battle of the boards. The team that's won the boards has typically won the game. So for the Knicks, with Mitchell Robinson, he had 8 offensive rebounds, for example, in that win on Sunday. I got to expect Jamal Mosley. They're going to adjust. They might crash the boards a little bit more, put a couple more guys on him to keep him at bay. So between Mitch and Towns, Josh Hart as well, those are their 3 big rebounders. They're going to have to go in there and get those boards because if they can generate more second chance opportunities, that's another way to potentially catch the Magic off balance. And then you could get some second chance threes there. Maybe it'll fly that time around.
Mike Brown was on some Tibbs time. He played like 7, 8, 9 guys. I mean, Mitchell Robinson only played 16 minutes. It was interesting. It was like playoff vibes,
Definitely like playoff vibes, and because the bench is a bit shorthanded and at this point kind of ineffective because you have no Shamet, you have no Deuce. So Clarkson's got to have to step up. Like, for example, even in that crunch time situation, last night in the fourth quarter, you had the Knicks starting 4 plus Clarkson out there, who was giving OG Anunoby a spell. So he's going to be a guy that's going to be counted on to get a lot of minutes. Yabusele is still not a guy you can trust, rely on. Kolek is Kolek, but once Captain Clutch comes back in, you're not really going to play Kolek. So that's really it for the bench. Now, Huck Porty is a guy who I'd expect to play on Saturday. In their win over the Magic on Sunday, he had his best game as a Knick. He was good, man. 6.7 boards, had a couple of blocked shots, played a disciplined game. I think Huck Porty will get in on this game because you're going to have to match some of the Magic size out there that they have with Big Taze, Wendell Carter, Isaac. You're going to have Huck Porty out there, man.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and when Cat's your best player, you need defensive-minded bigs to sub in for him to play with him. So, yeah, for sure. It's a key for the Knicks.
Yeah, definitely. So, definitely going to be looking forward to that one, man. Ariel Huck Porty, Huckamania didn't even play in the Raptors game. So, kind of just shows you how Mike Brown wants to match up. But I think he's going to get some burn here in this Magic game, and hopefully he gets a good one in there. I'm trying to think what else. I mean, I have checking Paolo and Franz for sure. They're going to have to hit tough shots. The cat factor, the bench, and the rebounding. Those are really my 5 keys, man. Those are really my 5 keys.
It's going to be a fun game. It's definitely, I think it's going to be even more intensity than Toronto. Knicks was actually kind of physical. This might be even more physical. So it's going to be a fun game for sure.
I'm curious to see how the referees call this one. And then also in this game 4, you got 2 teams on a neutral site.
Right. Well, Knicks might get the edge.
Neutral site in terms of geography, but it's definitely going to be a Knicks fan building. It's going to be orange and blue skies in there, but neutral floor, different lighting, different setting. Who gets the edge there? I got to go with the Knicks with the experience factor. but also given that neutral site, will either team be a bit more aggressive in terms of allowing the other to get those open shots to say, hey, we'll take a chance with this guy like a Josh Hart on a neutral site because, hey, maybe some unfriendly rims, not used to the arena, the court. Maybe that factors into on Saturday night.
There's some distractions in Vegas as well, so you gotta be on the lookout for those guys.
Yeah.
Stay focused out there in Vegas.
Definitely gotta stay focused, man. Salute to everybody in the chat. Hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. CP the Fanchise, Andrew Salop, aka the 1-2 combo in the building, reacting to the Knicks versus Magic game. Bro, did you see in this game? Did you see the Brunson exchange with the fan?
I did see it, but I didn't get what was said. I didn't understand what was happening. And then did he go back to him after the game or something? What happened?
So I don't know. I don't know if he went back to him after the game, but basically the backstory is he's going back and forth with a fan, and the fan clearly is, Brunson gets the foul merchant reputation, and all of the hater fans like to cry about it. They watch games with diapers on, and they think somehow that's like detrimental to the game. So you could clearly see that Cap in his exchange with the fan is going back and forth on that topic. So they're going at each other, and I'm about to put it on. Cap goes to the fan, how about you watch the game? Simple like that. How about you watch the game? And he's inbounding the ball, gets the ball back, and proceeds to launch a three and cash it in on the ensuing play. That is the essence of Jalen Brunson, man. An absolute stone cold killer. Absolute stone cold killer, man.
Did he say anything after the shot, or he just ran down?
I couldn't read what he said. He definitely said something. He definitely said something. Okay. I couldn't read it, but that's just Cap in his bag. Like, what do you think about the criticism that Jalen gets?
I think SGA gets even more, to be honest.
That's
right?
True.
He's the foul merchant king at this point.
Yeah.
I mean, bro, that's not the reason why these guys are so great. That's part of the package of being a great scorer. We've seen it for years. I mean, Jordan used to get to the line. We obviously know Harden went to the line. Luke is going to the line at a crazy rate this season. Look, man, I mean, even when I played, I used to like to manipulate the refs and flop. I used to do all that to try and get to the line. So, it gets you in a rhythm. And also, when you're great at that, it's harder to guard you because you can't really get your hands mixed in there. So I'm not mad at it at all. It's part of the game. I mean, you're playing with the rules. You're playing to your advantage. I never would fault a player for being like a so-called foul merchant. It's part of the game, bro. Like, it's hard to guard these guys, but I think SGA gets the most complaints, though, even from fans and people around the league, because they feel like OKC hack everybody and then you can't touch SGA, which makes them really tough because they're already a great team already, They are
very aggressive defense and they pride themselves on turning you over and generating more offense that way. That's why it's damn near impossible, which is why they're 23-1, and it's damn near impossible to defeat them because they have so many weapons, and then their defense also is a weapon to score more points. So they're a very dangerous team, but you also have, and as we talked about in the opener, as far as the juice going into this tournament, you got a chance to see the Knicks and the Thunder on a collision course. Maybe it's an early, I don't want to put too much juju on it. I don't want to jinx it. But maybe this is an early NBA Finals preview between the Knicks and the Thunder. These two teams don't meet. They don't meet until March 4th and March 29th. By the March 29th game, who knows what either team is going to be playing for, who's going to be playing, who's going to be available. This could be a time, an early set the tone, send a shot, send a message on a neutral site in the NBA Cup. Knicks versus the Thunder.
I don't want to put words in his mouth, but I think Dexter predicted that they'll beat the Thunder, in the finals.
Whoa. Yeah. Well, listen, man, we can certainly hope.
That's what he said. I think that's what he said.
One thing's for sure is that when these two teams met last season, the Knicks ran up on the Thunder and went out to a crazy lead in OKC. And then it would all go to crap in the second half. Then when they met at the Garden, the Thunder ran the Knicks out the building and damn near embarrassed them. So It was a tricky 2 games. It was a very tricky 2 games. Clearly in the second of which the Thunder really emerged, from the second half of their first matchup through. They really dominated the Knicks for, say, 6 quarters straight. So I'm curious to run it back. 1 loss, run it back, man.
I had my guy Cone on the show. He said that A.J. Mitchell reminds him of Brunson. How do you feel about that?
Yo, he kind of does, and that's scary.
Word, for real? You think so?
I mean, there is no Captain Clutch right now, right? But like you don't talk about like game. He has some Brunson in his bag.
Yeah, he's also 6'5" too. He's bigger, Yeah,
that's scary, man. That's very scary stuff, bro.
Yeah.
I can't even. It's hard for me to even speak on this kid. It's hard for me to even speak on him.
It's kind of crazy because they were already great. They just won a championship. Now they get this guy.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah. Get this guy playing like this. It's
what's even crazy is that theoretically the Knicks had a shot at AJ Mitchell along with everybody else in the league.
Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton. The list goes on and on.
I mean that is the thing right there that really gets you, man. Is that they drafted him as the 8th pick in the second round.
That's crazy, bro.
AJ Mitchell was a Knick. He was a Knick.
So, I was talking to Dexter yesterday, and he was saying that he feels like the Knicks have been drafting good over the Leon Rose era. I didn't really agree.
Well, these last 2 years, as they've had to, these drafts have really been treated more as cap exercises. It's been a little bit more difficult. However, as you get closer to that second apron, it requires you to hit even on these second round picks because your depth is that much more critical, especially when you don't have a lot of top end cash to get, say, the mid-level free agents or the upper echelon. So you got to hit even in the second round, which is not easy. It's really not easy. Yes, in the early years of Leon's tenure, he did hit. People want to get on him. They punted on a potential J-Dub. They punted on a potential Jalen Duren. But they did that to get Jalen Brunson here. You know what I'm saying? It's tricky. You have to go back and look at why they did some of the things that they did. Yeah.
So he was saying like Grimes. I'm like, Grimes got better when he left New York. So does that count? You know what I mean?
Nah, I like Grimes. Grimes was potential, man. Grimes was potential.
Yeah.
I mean, remember, Grimes started under Tibbs. When they had Fournier, they put $17 million in Fournier. He was so bad, they still started him in his second year. Grimes started in his second year, man.
Yeah. It was funny when Patino went on the show. This is before the Leon Rose era, though. He was talking about Frank and Donovan Mitchell.
Yes.
Yeah. He mangled his name and everything.
Mangled.
Like, I told him.
He said Frank. They drafted Frank Nicoletti.
Hilarious.
Oh my God. My man said Frank Nicoletti.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious.
That's how bad and unmemorable you are as a basketball player. So I feel bad, man. Frank must be a good guy because certainly not a good basketball player. Unfortunately.
Damn, CP, damn.
Thank you. But listen, I was Frank Hoff. I could drag him now. I was one of his biggest cheerleaders for damn near 3 years. I was reaching. A
lot of people were reaching. A lot of people were hanging on.
We were desperate, man. We were desperate for a savior. I tried to create a Frank Hive. It was embarrassing. It was not my best moments. It was not my shining moment. But we rebounded. We rebounded. We got Brunson in here. He's setting the tone and playing like the all-star that he is. So shout out to Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson. And here was another funny moment here with Jalen Brunson. Not sure if you caught this on the Amazon Prime telecast. Here was Jalen Brunson gets asked because he in the mayoral election, some people wrote in Jalen Brunson as their candidate. So he had Jalen Brunson, Aaron Judge get votes for mayor. So he was asked on the Amazon telecast, what would he do? If he had won the mayoral vote for the mayor of New York City? Here was Captain Clutch, Jalen Brunson, on what he would have done, man.
If I was mayor, whoever stole Josh's watches in New York City, I would make sure they walk for free.
That's hilarious.
That's a platform.
That's hilarious.
That's something I can get behind, JB.
Oh my God. Goes in on his roommate Josh
I wonder,
Hart.
you think he had that ready? You think he had that was quick?
No. That's his cap, man. That's his cap. He's very witty, man.
That's high level processing right there. That's high level.
You see how he processes on the court. Are you really surprised?
Right.
You know?
That was good. That was good on the whim like that.
That was good.
Sure.
That was great stuff there by Captain Clutch Jalen Brunson. The Knicks will be taking on the Orlando Magic. Game 4 in the series against the Magic. So certainly going to be looking forward to that matchup. You can catch all the action here on KFTV, from the play-by-play to the post-game show. You already know that KFTV is the place to be to tap in and watch it. Salute to all of our franchise channel members, and salute to everybody watching on the NBA Report. This is an NBA Report KnicksFanTV simulcast, and today's show is sponsored by DraftKings. We're only a few weeks in, and the NBA season is already wild. Stars are going off, rookies are making noise, and the action doesn't stop. DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is where you can get in on all of it. Missouri listeners, listen up, because DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in the Show Me State. And new customers bet just $5 and get $200 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code KFTV. That's KFTV. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly on behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort. Pass-through or per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply, and your bet must win to receive the bonus bets, which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. Additional terms at dkng.co/audio. And remember, this is a limited time offer. All right, man. So, Knicks and Magic, collision course, Saturday, 5:30 is going down. Looking forward to that one. Talk about tonight. Tonight we have OKC and the Phoenix Suns tipping off. Pause. What do you think? What do you think, man?
I mean, the Suns have been better with Dylan Brooks this season than they have been with KD, which is kind of interesting. It feels like this has been good for both sides. But I mean, OKC's not going to lose. I don't see them losing. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I don't see it. I'm looking up if Book is playing. Let's see. He was questionable with a groin.
Okay, yeah. I mean, this is tough, and they're looking to win. I mean, OKC's gonna be locked in, bro. They're locked in during the regular season. Imagine this game.
Yeah.
And they don't take plays off, bro. Like, everybody plays defense. Everybody plays hard. Even guys that weren't known to be defenders like Isaiah Joe, he's playing hard every single play, and forget about it with the other guys like Caruso and Dort. They're just tough defensively. And then you got SGA, man. I mean, what could you say?
They've got without Book, I don't see them having much of a shot here. But hey, anything is possible in the NBA. How about this stat on Book? I was just looking at this graphic. This is from All NBA, the podcast, and it was a chart about dealing with double teams. You know, Devin Booker is double teamed the most in the NBA outside of Giannis.
You know what's interesting? Remember that viral clip when I feel like this was some way too, when he was playing pickup? And he was like, "Why you doubling me, bro?" Like, he was like, "Don't double me. I'm trying to get in my bag."
Yeah.
It reminded me of that. That's crazy. Yeah.
Kind of interesting, man. Interesting stat that he's doubled more than anybody in the league, man. Doubled at 21%, and the top 10 is Giannis. It's
Luka,
Book,
probably right.
Jeremy, Luka. No, this is 10 players who have been doubled on the highest percentage of their touches this season, along with the percent of the time the various outcomes occur when they're doubled. So it's Giannis, Devin Booker, Jeremy Grant, Ann Edwards, Denny Avdia, Cat, Karl Anthony Towns, SGA, Jaylen Brown, Cade, and Alperen Sengun.
Jeremy Grant's a random on that,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
Yeah.
that's random. I guess like when you don't have a great team, it's easier to double you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Portland's got Denny and Jeremy Grant on there.
They're just not even guarding somebody. They're not even guarding one dude. Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely unreal. So, we'll see. Obviously, without Book, it's going to be an uphill battle for the Phoenix Suns. They're already going to be without Devin Green in this one, so they're gonna have to figure out a way to turn Dylan the Villain into Michael Jordan and keep this thing defensively. They're going to have to play like the bad boy Pistons and keep this thing in the 90s, low 100s, muddy it up a little bit, longer possessions, milk the clock as long as you can. Get your extra possessions, limit turnovers, and hope that Shea has an off night,
You think they break the record? Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's looking like it.
And do you think they repeat? I know you don't want them to repeat. Do you think they do repeat?
If the Knicks don't get there, yeah. That's what I'll say. That's the best answer I can give you. We got Knicks fans watching. I gotta be able to do a show tomorrow. Then, if the Knicks don't get there, they will repeat.
Okay. So if the Knicks get there, you predict them to beat OKC in a 7-game series?
To be honest, I'll go back a step. I'm never counting the Joker out until he's out. Too good.
That's true too.
He's too good. I want to see these two teams on a collision course again. I'm not going to count Denver out. Playoff Murray definitely swings the series in the Denver favor. I think he can, depending on what type of series he comes out with. But Jokic, can't count him out.
Lakers, no chance, right?
No. Yeah. Because I think that LeBron thing it's just a story. But in the end, I don't think he holds up. And I think this is the year where Father Time starts to clip his wings a little bit, where it's just like, all right.
With that said, we've been saying that for years.
I know, but it's gotta be, right? Nobody lasts for no good thing lasts forever. It's gotta be soon.
Yeah, I mean, if the jump shot's not working, I think that's when things get rough. And then he's been like kind of struggling with teams with length a little bit. So yeah, man, I think you're onto something. It might be. I don't know what you think. One more year after this, maybe.
Probably.
One more.
I did get my tickets to the Knicks Lakers just in case this was the year. I paid a grip. Usually in a section that I'm usually not in, but it is what it is.
Right.
Maybe I'll flip them. I don't know. I'll most likely go. I've gone the last couple of years just to see LeBron. I'm not a LeBron hater like everybody else, bro. I only hated him when he was on the Miami Heat because of obvious reasons. You look behind me.
Better than Michael Jordan?
Is he better than Jordan? No, not a chance in hell. Ain't no way. But I think he's gone severely underappreciated in this league as a standard bearer, a torch carrier.
100%.
The 2 decades of greatness, the fact that he only broke the streak of 10 points or more only recently, last week.
You know what's interesting about LeBron is that like the Steph fans, the Kobe fans, the Michael Jordan fans are such more obsessed, rabid fans than the LeBron fans. Like his fan base don't really like. I don't know. He doesn't have like that like obsessed fan base like those 3 guys. It's just different.
No, I'm not one of those sworn LeBron haters that puts everything he does under a microscope and complains about it. No, because I think once he's gone, the league is going to struggle to figure out who's going to be the next face of the league, and that won't be an easy thing. Sure, it might be a mix of people. Maybe it's Wemby if he stays healthy enough. He's not healthy, right? We're going to see these 2 teams tonight. Guess who's not playing? Victor Wembanyama. So all the hype that went into him this year.
If the Knicks win, could it be Brunson, face of the league?
Cap can do it. Cap can do it. He's starting to come out and be a bit more You know,
Podcast is good for you, bro. Podcast is good for
the
your soul.
podcasting is good for him. You could see how his brand has elevated over the last since he's been in New York. His brand has elevated 10%.
I think he only had like 200K, 250K on Instagram when he first got here. You know.
Yeah, his charisma has shot up there. His brand deals. Cap can do it. If he wins a ring in New York, he's the king of the league. He's king of the league.
He's definitely the king of New York.
King of New York, king of the league. if he does the improbable and breaks a 50+ year curse, but what more can you say? All that
it's tough. It's tough,
it's over.
Bro. It's tough though, bro. Defensively with the Knicks,
That's
the thing.
It's very
tough,
hard,
man.
It's very hard. So we'll see there. But as I said, we do have Suns and OKC tonight. If anybody's gonna be watching, we'll hope that the Suns don't get blown out by 40, and hopefully they have a good defensive game plan for Shea. Now, obviously, with OKC, Shea, the head of the snake, their defense and their tempo, man, and their ability to mix it up. They could go double big with Chet and Hart. They could go with Chet.
They're ridiculous, man. They're ridiculous.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, what are you going to do, man? And then SGA got better, bro. Like, more efficient, better passer. He's locking in more on defense. What could you say?
Yeah, this is true. And then you got Lakers and Spurs. Again, no Wemby for the Spurs. What are you thinking about that one?
I think the Lakers will get it without a Wemby. I mean, that really changes who the Spurs
everything.
are defensively. Dylan Harper had a nice game the other night, so maybe he can emerge and have another good one. But I think the trio of Luka, Austin Reeves, and LeBron will be too much for this young Spurs team.
Yeah, the interior certainly breaks down with no Wemby, so the Lakers should have no problem there between Bron and DeAndre Ayton, those guys, Luka getting inside.
Ayton having a season, bro.
He's having a good season. He's having a good season. Another guy people love to hate, but give him a lot of credit. You know, he's playing very solid basketball. So DeAndre Ayton's playing very well. And then, you know, I think all the Lakers got to do is just lock in a little bit defensively, and they should be able to seal this deal. For the Spurs to win, they got to tap in with their guards. They got to tap in with their guards, whether it's Fox, it's Castle, it's Harper. You know, they got their guys, and those guys have to be able to pace things. Those are their best scorers and their best shooters, especially if you're not going to have Wemby out there to get you high efficiency shots. So they're going to have to lean on the shot making from Harper, from Castle, from the Aaron Fox. I mean, what do you think about that trio of guards that they have right there? It's kind of a glut. It's kind of a logjam, but on some nights, it works.
Yeah, they're all dynamic, and the Lakers here are going to really have to focus on defense. I'm sure JJ will, because the offense is going to take care of itself. But, I mean, all those guys are dynamic, but two of them are really young. Fox is already an all-star level player, so it's a lot of redundancy and skill set. I think you might eventually have to trade one of those guys for more of like a 3-and-D elite player, because those guys have a lot of value, but they're very similar, you know, and you don't have enough 3-and-D on that team.
Yeah. But they do have speed, and I think that's one way they can counter the Lakers. You know, obviously with LeBron out there, they will be a little bit slower. So, hey, you know, if they tap in with their guards, man, and lean on their speed, they may be able to catch the Lakers in some advantages offensively, and then defensively figure out a way to just junk it up. Obviously, you got Luka and Austin Reeves as the two-headed monster who can get you dynamic offense. But, you know, with the Spurs, they are switchable. They are athletic. And, hey, you may be able to force some tough shots for the Lakers if you kind of get in there and junk up their rhythm a little bit. So I wouldn't necessarily count the Spurs out, especially without Wemby. But, obviously, I'm going with the Lakers with the edge on this one, man.
Yeah, this is March Madness, man. This is basically like March Madness. You can't count anybody out in a one-game elimination type tournament. So, and everybody's playing hard because of that money too, man. $500K.
Yeah,
$500K, bro.
That $500K.
I mean,
man.
I mean, you know, Josh lost some watches. Desmond Bain is, you know, he got taxed for playing dodgeball. Like, you know, an extra 500 is not going to hurt, right?
Oh man. I'm telling you. Well, you know, a lot of these guys, especially at the front end of the roster, they talk about doing it for the guys in the back end of the
100%.
roster. So you can you can kind of understand it, and I think it just plays into the overall factor for these guys and the popularity of the NBA Cup.
CP should get the $500K if the Knicks win for his contribution to the Knicks. Right?
You're damn right.
Just send me 100 because I'm the one who said it. All right, just send me $100. All right?
You're damn right. You're damn right, man. But yeah, I just put up the graphic. Desmond Bane talking about as he lost $35,000 on that dodgeball dirty play on OG Anunoby.
That was no reason for that. OG was like surprised. He was like,
what? Yeah, he's a little bit, Bane. He's. I didn't really know he was kind of like that. He was a little 730, if you will. That's a little old New York lingo, man.
Yeah, I had definitely 730. He has. I think I knew that about him a little bit. I think I actually did. Like, I think I've been around him a few times that something didn't seem right. Like, I was thinking. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I never even said that out loud, but like I was like something like
it's a little off,
bro.
A little off.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't that surprised, bro. I wasn't that surprised.
So shout out to this guy Tipper Not Sports. His reel is going viral right now across the interwebs, and I guess he broke down the exchange between OG and Bane and as a lip reader. So let's hear it. And react to it on the other side. Here's the video on the Bane OG incident. Here we go.
Mikal Bridges intercepts the pass from Suggs, dumps it off to OG. He can't hold on, loses the ball on the way up, and Desmond Bane, boom, for no reason, drills OG Anunoby. Points. Yep, that's our ball. OG with a little shove, genuinely confused. What was that, bro? Why'd you do that? He pushed me. Tee him up. Tee him up. What'd he do that for? Why'd you hit off me? Bane hands up like, I don't know what you're talking about, man. It's all good. It's all good. OG's like, it is all good, but why'd you throw the ball at me? Bane listening to the call from Tony Brothers. Bane throwing the ball, hostile act, technical foul. Damn! Tony, what'd I say? I'm falling out of bounds, so I tried to throw the ball off of him. You weren't falling. Even Coach Moses was like, I don't know about that. Des, like, are we good? Bro, like, just fucking pass it. That hurt. Promise y'all I fell. You weren't falling out of bounds, Bane. Mikal Bridges intercepts the pass from Suggs, dumps it off to...
Okay. That was good. That was on target.
Wait, is that parody or is that really what they were saying?
That's really what happened. That's really the exchange.
Yo, OG was like, he's so laid back, that dude, bro.
Yeah.
He's so,
and Tony Brothers was like, yo, that's cap. I'm not falling for it. So, which brings me to question.
Back the other way. He wasn't falling out of bounds.
Which brings me to the question, then, how does OG get a technical for that? How is Desmond Bane not ejected for that? Because it is an intentional act. The whole thing was just wacky, man. Whole thing was wacky.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah. It's funny, man. Timothy Dancer in the chat says roid rage. It just might be. It just might be.
He got the short arms, but he kind of got some. Maybe he's onto something.
Yeah, he's a little bit. He's a little screwy, man.
Yeah,
he's
a little Napoleon.
Maybe that's exactly what it is. Maybe
we're getting into the psychology today.
Yeah. Maybe it is. Maybe it is exactly that. The Napoleon complex. Very interesting stuff.
Compensating for the short arms. For the short arms.
Very interesting stuff there from Desmond Bane, who has, hey, listen, give him credit. They started out the gate slow. He started out the gate slow, but when you think about this Orlando Magic team, he's kind of giving them their edge a little bit. Like 100%. They've always been a gritty team, but I felt like they've gotten their edge more so from Jamal Mosley and Suggs, so to speak. Yeah. And other guys kind of get it gritty, like Vitaze and Jonathan Knight. Like, those guys are tough, but in terms of like that mental, like emotional,
the Dillon Brooks factor.
There you go. Yeah. There you go. So Suggs does kind of give him that. He give him a little bit of credit for that, but not too
Xavier
much.
McDaniels vibes like that. Is that crazy or no?
Oh no, X-Man was literally putting hands and feet on you. That was a different era. You know what I mean?
Okay. So that's like what, Dillon Brooks times 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now X-Man was absolutely putting hands on feet on guys. That was just
he wasn't even talking that much, right? He was just action.
X-Man was about that action,
boss.
X-Man was about that action. He's from South Carolina. He don't play like that. Shout out to the X-Man, man. You got to stay cool in this league, man. And speaking of cool, man, shout out to another sponsor of the show, and that is Doer Jeans. Shout out to our guys at Doer Jeans. And the reason I use the word cool is because, Doer Jeans, they're made with Cool Max technology that keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's cool. And they're even antibacterial, so they stay fresh longer. So that means less washing, more wearing, and that's certainly a win in my book. The reason why I rock with Doer Jeans, man, is because it keeps me and my lifestyle keeps me fresh. And when I'm always on the run, I might be at a game, I might go to a watch party, I might be in studio. So I need jeans that can really keep up with that type of lifestyle and be flexible, be nimble. And that's what Doer Jeans are, man. It's a perfect combo. Style like jeans, comfort like joggers. You look sharp, you feel good, and you're ready to take on whatever the day throws at you. So do yourself a favor. Go to shopdoer.com/KFTV right now and get 15% off your first order. That's shopdoer.com/KFTV. Trust me, once you put on a pair of Doers, you're not going back to your old jeans, man. Doer. Made for the doers, made for the franchise. All right, shout out to our guys at Shop Doer. Once again, shopdoer.com/KFTV for 15% off your first order. Saturday's going to be rocking NBA Cup. Let's go, man. Do you think the Knicks are going to win it, bro?
Oh, that's tough. Yeah.
Okay.
They'll win that game. I don't think it gets OKC, though.
All right.
What do you think? What do you think?
Hey, man, anything's possible with Jalen Brunson at the helm, man. The Knicks are never out of it with Captain Clutch at the helm.
One game, single game. Never know.
One game, single game. And look, I like the way that this team at its peak, I still think they're fine. Amidst all the Giannis talk and all of that, I just don't think it's necessary right now to even think about breaking this Knicks team up. Like, Brunson is playing at a superstar level. Towns can still get it cracking for you. They're getting balanced offense and defense across the board. When you talk about Bridges, you talk about OG, you talk about Josh Hart playing incredible basketball right now. They're getting you second chance opportunities with Mitchell Robinson's rebounding ability. So, they're getting the three-pointers up. They're getting the three-point volume up. And then on the other side, their wings are getting you quality stops. I think the Knicks are in a good spot. But only because of this. There's too many people still playing fantasy basketball with the Giannis trade and not factoring in how much the loss of depth for the Knicks does not. If you're going to take away depth in a Giannis trade, you're also taking away your chances of winning a championship legitimately. He can't cover everybody, bro.
Well, the great negotiators would make their opponent an active participant in what they want to do. So you got to go to the Bucks and say, if we take Giannis, you also have to look at our roster and say we're legit title contenders and not put Giannis in the same situation. Or
Correct.
We're not doing it. If you could come with an offer like that, we'll talk to you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's basically what you got to do.
They've got to look at it in its totality. It's not just Giannis for so-and-so. It's who can they get. And I'm talking about the smaller pieces to round out the bench and maybe even a starter to legitimately be called a contender, because you're going to have to pair off two guys at least to get this done.
Well, I said this last night, and I just posted it. I mean, Giannis would be the greatest player to ever wear a Knicks jersey, though. That's the thing.
No.
Who's better than Giannis? That was a Knick.
I'm not putting him above Patrick Ewing, man.
Come on, CP. Come on. He won a championship, bro. I know that's your guy. Come on, bro. Come on. I mean, he was the MVP of the league. He dropped 50 in an elimination game. I mean.
Yeah. I got to think about it. But nah, you're right. Yeah, probably. But again, that's as a name, but not as a team. It's different. And a lot of people are not thinking about that. You look at how OG's playing right now. He's a two-way force.
You'd be open to it, right? Getting Giannis in a New York Knicks jersey. I mean, that'd be phenomenal.
You have to be, but I got to see who the other teams are involved, and they have to strike lightning in a bottle where you're telling me that you're bringing back more three-point shooting and more defense with Giannis.
Who's untouchable for you?
Jalen Brunson and probably OG. I'm not trying to trade OG right now, man. OG's hot right now, man. That's the dog. You crazy? That's the dog, bro.
OG and Cat for Giannis?
Again, because that has to because
the money. It's the money.
Well, not even the money. I need to see who else is coming in here. Are you getting me a third team involved that you're going to tell me
AJ Green? If you get AJ Green, he's good.
From the Bucks. Okay. If I'm going to lose OG Anunoby, I need sufficient defense and I need more three-point shooting. Giannis is not a three-point shooter. I need another three-point shooter and I need another defender coming as supporting cast in any Giannis deal that I make. I don't care. You can run off a name. I need that. If I'm trading Karl-Anthony Towns and OG Anunoby in any combination for Giannis, I don't care. Forget Giannis. That's great. Fantastic. I won. I need to truly win that trade. I need depth at three-point shooting and depth at defense. Then you can tell me that they're a legit championship contender.
It just fixes so many things defensively too, though. That's the thing. Like
it does. But look at the bench. He can't do everything, bro.
Got to get Giannis if you get Giannis.
But if he just turned into the Milwaukee Bucks, what good is it?
No.
You see?
That won't happen.
Right? If he's just going to get Giannis to turn into the Milwaukee Bucks of New York, then that's why, like, I just
like
don't
I said,
look
like
at it
they
that
have
way.
to be that like you have to make a bit active participant in what you're trying to do for sure. Like we're not going to take a team that's not legit contenders with Giannis, for sure.
And for all that talk that he's got a ring, he hasn't been close since.
It's tough to win a ring, though. It's tough to win one.
It is, because you need a good team with depth. They showed it last year when Indiana smoked them. Indiana smoked everybody.
Are you confident that when Cat and Brunson are your two best players, you could get there defensively?
No.
That's my thing. Like that's
No.
another thing another thing you have to take into consideration.
Yes. However, I'll say this. I'm confident that Mike Brown can stagger them enough to find the suitable rotations in critical fourth quarter minutes and be able to manage the clock where in crunch time, when Cap is getting his buckets, because he will, I can get Mitch and Deuce in there. I can get them out. I can patchwork my way defensively to get quality stops in crunch time.
You're right. It's the coach would have to do a crazy genius job. That's my thing. Like it's a reach though, but I think you're right. Like I was always wondering, like, what if Spo coaches team? What would he do? What would Popovich do? What would these guys? It's like because there's a lot of like conundrums and difficulties with the roster. There's flaws and there's a lot of great role players, by the way. Like these guys are great. Like OG's great. Mitch is even great on defense. Josh has been great. Mikal, but it's like the tough part of it with some of the shooting stuff with Josh and Mitch. And then the biggest thing is the defense with Cat and Brunson. I mean, it's a lot of like problems to solve. You have to be you almost have to do a perfect job as a coach. You have to.
It's very
really
difficult. It's very difficult. So we'll see. It's going to be interesting to think about, but I think that their chances. I think the chances are better with this team right now.
Well, we don't know
We don't know
what it would be.
I get you.
Yeah,
I get you.
We don't know.
Do you think he gets traded?
Yes. Oh yeah. Is he really injured? What do you think?
Now you're hearing the team meeting stuff. It's getting smoky out there. It's getting very smoky out there.
And then you start hearing the fake stuff. Like, they even did it with Randall in New York. Yeah, everything's fine. Like, he's talking to his teammates to ignore everything. Like, come on, man. They're just trying to, get more leverage. They're trying to. But, I mean, they are smart people over there, so I don't know what's going to happen. But he's not going to be there the whole season. I don't think so. What do you think?
I don't think so.
And the other thing is, what if he goes to Miami? That's the thing you got to think about.
It's
Tough. And then Spo is coaching Giannis. We just talked about Spo figuring out
Spo
stuff.
and Giannis would be nasty. Would they have enough? I've always looked at the Spurs. I'm always looking at the Spurs. But
I mean, Spurs would be better for the Knicks than him going to the Heat. I'll tell you that.
I think it really depends on is it truly Knicks and nothing for him? Does he have like a maybe I'd rock with this team if I see what's up type of deal? Does he have a list? Does he have a top 3?
I know you don't want to be there, and I've been hearing that since the summer. I mean, that he don't want to be there. You know.
Yeah. It's all tricky,
and it feels like it got worse recently. That's what it feels like.
Yeah,
he's really out, but I guess part of him doesn't want to demand it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
I'm honestly like he can go to Miami, bro. I'm not worried about them. I'm really no. I'm not worried about them, bro.
I mean that offense, they just get everybody downhill. I mean, Giannis in that offense.
Yeah, I mean Giannis in that offense would be ridiculous. I'm with you 100%. Clearly, they would have to give stuff up. You're probably talking about.
I mean, I love Jaime Hawkins. I love Jaime Hawkins.
Yeah,
he's been on the show.
You're probably talking Jaime, Khalil.
Yeah, I mean, but that's different if Giannis is now doing what they're asking Jaime to do.
Yeah,
I know Jaime's coming off the bench, but Jaime's getting a lot of downhill opportunities, which is like why he's playing so great. You know, you get Giannis at a lot of those. Jeez.
Will Rose in the chat says Miami's giving up Hero if they.
100%.
Miami giving Tyler Hero if they take that over Cat.
Hero's gone in that trade.
You think Hero's gone in a Giannis trade? So then who you really afraid of on that Miami team if they do that? What do you think? A Giannis Norman Powell ticket is winning you a championship?
Well,
and Bam?
I think Hero doesn't really fit the Heat's philosophies defensively, even though he's been an all-star for them in the past. I don't think he truly fits that culture in a lot of ways. And then the offense they went to kind of goes away from what he does great. Like, yeah, he's talented, so he could play in that offense, but he's a pick-and-roll guy. They're not going pick-and-roll. You know
that's
what I
right.
mean?
That's right.
Yeah, so.
It's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting where this thing ends up, but
You think he stays the whole season with the Bucks?
Probably not. Probably not.
So you really believe, like, you've been reported that you don't think it's going to happen. Like, is it more you really don't want it to happen, or
No.
you really don't think it'll happen?
Yeah, like I said, from what I was told, it's unlikely. From what I was told is that the Knicks are not talking to the Bucks now. Clearly, if John Horst called Leon and said, "Hey, we're ready. Here's what we want to do," then the ball's in Leon's court. But from what I know, that the Knicks are not chasing it. They're not chasing it. So, you know, could he? I still think he does, but I just think it's going to be a sleeper team. It's going to be a sleeper team that nobody's thinking about. A team that says, okay, you know what? We'll put a couple pieces in here as a rental because it's really a 1.5 year rental. Hope maybe we do a Kawhi and Kawhi Raptors, you win a championship, and you're like, all right, it paid off. You can do whatever you want after this.
Do you think that a team would want Giannis if Giannis don't want to be there? That's the other thing too. You know,
if you have the balls to do it, like Masai Ujiri did, where you say, hey, he gave up a homegrown.
I'm just saying, CP's trying to get Giannis to go everywhere but New York.
Do not break up the Knicks. Do not break up the Knicks for Giannis. Don't do it, man.
This guy's going with
I like the locker room chemistry. We got the guys, they're getting the Tims and everything after the game. You got the roommates are clicking. McCall's killing. McCall and OG are playing like all-stars, man. Don't break up the Knicks.
The Tims thing, is that cool or is that corny? What is that?
For them, I love it. I love it for them, man. I like it. I like to see we you know, it's something we talk about on post game, like who's getting the Tims tonight. They're not wearing it, you know. I like it for the locker room chemistry, man. I like it, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Tims thing on the internet's a little crazy when it comes to New York, though. Like they overdo it.
I haven't rocked a pair of butters since.
I got 2 in my car. I hardly wear them.
Maybe high school.
They cooked me when I went on your show, and they were laced up. They were laced.
Yeah, you were choking them. The damn things were dying for fresh air. Now, you know I'm Jamaican, man, so I transitioned to Clarks. I rock my desert boots. I traded in the Butters a long time ago for the desert boots. Much more versatile. I could throw it on with a sweater, a button up. You know what I mean? Go to the corporate function, go to the happy hour.
Timbs are heavy, bro.
Timbs are heavy, man. I don't got time for that, man. I'm tired. I'm tired most days. You know?
Sure. I just got a pair of New Balance. They're so comfy.
Okay.
That's what you start thinking. That's what you start thinking about when you get older, bro. Like,
Yeah.
Comfort.
Yeah. I'm in my Clarks, man. Straight desert boots is good for me, man. Light, versatile, fresh. They're nice. You know, quality. That's one thing with the Clarks. They're very quality. The desert boots. And even with especially the dark brown ones, they look better the more you scuff them up. And it's hard to do. It's hard to even get them to a point where just yo, you need new shoes. You don't really get that with the Clarks. The suede ones, yeah, they'll get dirty fast. But the other ones, the dark brown Clarks, man, you good with those desert boots, man. You good with those for years.
Yo, the trends changed. It was cool on TikTok a year ago to have some beat up forces. You got to beat up your forces.
Yeah,
that was crazy. That was so different than the way we grew up. Right?
Yeah. I'm still on that, bro. If I get
your forces got to be fresh.
Fresh.
Okay,
I cannot.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm still like that today, man. Even if I go on vacation with my forces, come back, I'm cleaning them joints right up quickly.
Yeah. You only get if you don't clean them, you only get 10 wears.
Yeah, you cooked.
8 wears.
You cooked. So yeah, man. Yeah, the style and the fashion trends certainly changed, and it's all interesting stuff, and all good fun, and good show, man. The show is definitely fun, man. Great show. Let the people know where they can find you, what you're working on, man.
Combos Court, wherever you listen to podcasts. What I forgot to tell you last time, we're on the Your Welcome Network YouTube channel. Combos Court's on there. Cameron's network. So I gotta
nice.
Get you. Yeah, I gotta get you on an episode of that.
Yeah.
We're there. Combos Court, wherever you listen to pods. 1-2 Combo on Instagram. And yeah, man, you can catch me on the NBA Report at KnicksFanTV too, man. Yeah,
yes, sir. There you go, man. Great show. Salute to everybody in the chat. Once again, hit the like button, hit the share button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure if you guys are on the NBA side, NBA Report, if you're on the KnicksFanTV side, go over to the NBA Report and make sure you guys are subscribing to that channel as well. We're going to keep building that one out as we approach 100,000 subscribers here on KnicksFanTV. So I'm going to throw the link in the chat right now to the NBA Report. Make sure you guys are heading over there and subscribing. Great show. Tap in. And there that is. For the KnicksFanTV side, we'll do a Knicks versus Magic preview most likely tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. I'll probably do another live. I got to catch up on Worst Take tomorrow as well, so maybe we'll do another lunchtime live tomorrow. But until then, have a good night, everybody. Great show. Peace. Oh, hang on. Oh, Quentin said, Quentin, my fault. We in overtime. Hang on, I got to get to Quentin's super chat. For some reason, I missed it, man. Quentin, thanks for the reminder, man. We got to shout out the super chats that are in here. Shout out to Quentin. He says, do you think Cat is hearing the trade talk? Has it affected his play at all? Nah, man. Look, man, I think the Cat's a professional. We had Ian Begley on the show already. I mean, listen, these Giannis rumors have been percolating since last summer. These guys know what it is. I don't necessarily think it's impacting their play. You know, it's a tough business, man. At any time, your number could get called. So I don't think so. What do you think, bro?
Nah, I don't think that's what it is with Cat. Yeah, I mean, he's played great for the Knicks in the past with these same rumors. I know it's heating up a little more now, but yeah, he'll be fine. Cat will be fine. I mean, he hasn't been. I think he needs to shoot it better, to be honest. But I don't think that has anything to do with Giannis. You know, that'll probably get regressed back to where he's supposed to be. Sorry, progress.
Yeah, I don't think so, man. I think the big bodega will be fine and just keep tapping in. But shout out to Quentin Gilliam with the love, man. Shout out to you for the super chat, franchise channel member as well. All right, guys, we'll see you guys Thursday.